not Jake, obviously.
Sorry.
But this is Candice, and she's amazing, and she's like the best person ever.
Aww.
And best of all, she is a oncer.
Boom.
She doesn't ship Captain Swan. Well,
I like ship it, like, but not like actively.
She's an Outlaw Queen shipper though, which I wanted to do a video with her forever because I know a lot of you like Outlaw Queen.
Do they?
No, like so many of them love Outlaw Queen.
You know.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about ships.
Ships, just in general, all the ships.
All
the ships.
All the different ships, all the crack ships.
All of them.
Everything.
Just gonna do it.
So, Captain Swan, everybody obviously knows how I feel about it.
This is true.
Oh my god, we spent the whole day today. Like, we're in New York City, but we spent the whole day sitting on this couch watching Once Upon a Time.
And it was as great as it sounds.
It was like the best thing ever.
It was pretty swell. I was a fan. So Captain Swan, like, I like them as a couple because I'm kind of like one of those shippers that, like, I guess is just a little, I'm into like whatever the writers will throw at me really when it comes to like things that I don't feel like super passionate about. The writers are like, they make them adorable, they make them cute. Like, I think that maybe the reason I wasn't like as passionate about it as I am about Outlaw Queen is the fact that like Hook super pursues Emma, which I think is actually like really cute. But for some reason, is it just me? Does she like not seem into it at first? She's like, eh.
She totally didn't seem interested in
Right?
Hook.
At the same time, it feels hypocritical because I'm like, well, that's awesome that he pursued the shit out of her. Like, he should. They're definitely like that kind of like archetype, like the bad boy, the good girl, but he's like changed for her and like, you know.
Do you think that Captain Swan is endgame?
I do. I mean, I feel like they have to be endgame just because the fandom's huge. No offense to any other shippers, but like, as far as like canon ships go, CS owns it pretty much. So like,
it has been said.
I'm just saying, like, it's not gonna not be endgame. It has to be.
And then he's gonna die.
I know, and now he's gonna die, and it's just like, are you guys gonna be okay? Like,
no, we're not gonna be okay. No one is going to be okay. But I do want to see Dark Swan Hook steps. That's different.
I'd be into it. Like, when they've made out a few times, it's like, alright, carry this on up.
Go to your sex chamber. Look out Excalibur.
I remember watching your other video when you said that, and I was like, yeah.
It's a sex chamber.
Just saying.
Sex chamber. Outlaw Queen.
Outlaw Queen.
I'm gonna let Candice just kind of take the lead on this one.
Basically, the only reason I really stuck with the show this long is because Regina, like, grabbed me by the heart in season 1, and I was just like, who is this, like, head bitch who's, like, emotionally unstable and, like, been done wrong by life? Like, she probably needs someone to come on in there and, you know, fix all that up. Not that I think that a man needs to fix a woman, because that is not how I feel. But it's just like, you know, that person that will let her, like, be in charge and still, like, own everything. But he's there with, like, emotional love support. And then came along 303. You find out Regina's got a soulmate. Tinkerbell, like, showed him to her, and he had the tattoo. That's hot. I like tattoos. I'm a fan. See him at the end with Mulan, and you're like, hey, Robin.
When I saw that, I was like, oh shit, it's Robin.
This is it. Gina's getting a man. Everything's gonna happen. It's gonna be great. And then it was. And then they met, and they've met how many times? I think, like, for the first time. They met in the Enchanted Forest for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
They gave They met in Enchanted Forest for the first time. They met in Storybrooke for the first time, and he's like shooting an arrow at her, and she like catches it, super badass.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
like, you know, they like go into the cabin, and he like is all like wandering up to her and like getting in her face and tries to like lick her around.
Yeah, I saw that. Date rape her.
And she's like into it. Consensual, guys. And then they get to meet for the first time in the AU too at the end of season 4. And every single universe, they fucking love each other. We're in a little bit of a rough patch right now. Baby thing. Not a great
Yeah,
thing.
I know that you guys are going through a really tough time with like 4 seconds of screen time each episode.
It's fine. It's fine. You know what? At least they're holding hands, right? Like,
at least they're a couple. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
You guys gotta be thankful.
Yeah.
It could be worse. They could just not be together. How do you feel about the Zelina baby?
I've never felt so betrayed by a show before in my entire life. We like don't want Regina to have another baby to like, cause she doesn't need one. She has Henry, like she has a kid, and like Robin has Roland, and that's great. But it's almost like because of the weird relationship that she has with Cora, having a baby like of her own, like with her biology, like in that kid, I feel like would be like a really weird emotional thing for her. Wouldn't want to like screw that up. Like how much do like genetics play into it? Like especially if it were a girl, we've all wanted it to be a girl. I'm sorry, I'm not okay with it, and it's an outlaw queen princess that is gonna have red hair, and I'm not.
It doesn't make the story move forward for there to be a Zelina and Robin baby.
Unless they're gonna talk about it. If they were to talk, like sit down and be like, listen, like I feel weird about your baby, like, or like, hey, I want to raise your baby and love it. Like, could we like see 2 seconds of that? That would be good. I'd like that. Like, just like a little sniff, like being like, I'll be there for the baby. No offense to any of you Zelina people, because like I like her as a character. I mean, she fucks up my life, but like I like her. But she like doesn't deserve to have her kid. Like she's a rapey person, and she's like killing people. Like Robin's its father. Regina will raise it with love. I know she will. I just like to hear her say it. That would be nice. I feel like Outlaw Queen is endgame because I feel like the writers don't throw around terms like soulmate and true love. I'm just ready for them to get married, and that'll be that. It'll be good.
Let's talk about the original ship, Snowing.
Main ship up in here. Shipped them so hard season 1. Like, so hard.
I don't even remember how I felt shipping them. Like, I don't even remember what it's like to ship them, because I just don't anymore.
Right? That's so true.
I just, like, not that I don't like them together, but
they're unimportant.
I ship them so effing hard. I think I, like, was hoping that they would get together in real life, knowing that they were in other relationships. And they did!
I actually just found that out like 2 days ago when Jossyl got here and we were talking about it. I didn't know that they were with other people when they started dating, and I was like, it's really weird to like actually even go back and watch stuff from season 1 and see how strong that ship was. Literally, they don't do anything anymore. Like they're just useless. They're like standing in the background, like Snow's like a glorified baby holder, like Charming is like sad and like can't do anything, which is why he had that episode.
I would be super disappointed if they ever left the show.
Oh yeah.
Like they need to be on Once Upon a Time, and they are Once Upon a Time, but they're just not as important as they used to be.
I just don't know how to fix it. Like they have a baby, okay, like that's fine. Like I didn't really even care. Like the way that he looks at her back then, so like, oh wow.
How does he look at her now?
He just doesn't.
Season 3 finale, when they didn't meet and it was like the Back to the Future episode and they had to get back together again. That was exciting. And then season 4 finale, when she was the evil queen and he was...
At least that was interesting.
Yeah.
At least Snow got to do something.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether or not she was like her real self.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, these two are a badass couple. But it's just like because they do nothing. It's like, how can people ship them anymore?
Rumbelle.
I never shipped it. I didn't get it. I feel like it was very forced.
See, I did ship it from the beginning because, like I said earlier, like I'm kind of a little bit of a passive shipper when it comes to like if it's canon, sure I'll ship it unless I like have serious issues with it. After Skin Deep and like season 1, I've never really been able to like bask in the glory of any sort of happiness with Rumbelle. I mean, they danced once. I
don't know why they're still trying to make this a thing. I thought they ended it. They did end it, and then it's like, it's still a thing. They tried to put her with Will, but it's still a thing.
When she grabbed the dagger and forced him over the town line, like, it hurt, but like, I was like, finally, Belle, do something!
Yes, Belle, you're doing something!
Do something!
Do you think that they're ending?
Yeah, I mean... I don't care.
Sorry. I don't care either. I genuinely don't care either way. If they end up together or they don't.
But I do feel bad for any of you guys that are Rumbelle shippers because you guys have it so rough. Like, you just do.
Next shipper in talk about is Swan Queen. Jake and I have tried to avoid talking about this ship on our channel. I just want to set the record straight that I have nothing against anyone that ships Swan Queen. I have nothing against Swan Queen. I just have felt hostility from Swan Queeners directly to me and Jake that's the only reason why I stay away from it. But I did realize that not Swan Queeners aren't the only aggressive ships. Captain Swanners are very aggressive. Outlaw Queeners are very aggressive. Anybody, I think, in this fandom is very aggressive. I apologize for not talking about Swan Queen sooner, but
it's like touchy. I feel like though, like a lot of people that I really respect on Tumblr ship Swan Queen and Outlaw Queen and are just like big Regina evil regals in general. So I used to have like a really negative perception of Swan Queen because I felt, like you said, just like hostility. I'd be scrolling through my tag and just see like a bunch of hate and be like, yo, get out of my tag, what are you doing? Like, I'm not into it. I also realized that Swan Queen puts up with a lot of BS from like a lot of people. So, and I've gotten like the other side of it, and I do realize that it's like gotta be rough to feel like very underrepresented. But I feel like they're like bringing a lot of light to the Swan Queen ship over the past few seasons, don't you think?
I think so. I've definitely seen tastes of it, and we've watched some fan videos before like prepping for this video, and there's definitely enough stuff there to make Swan Queen a legitimate ship.
If they wanted to go in that direction and made it happen, I would totally get on board and like check it out, and I liked it. Cool.
I love Regina and Emma's relationship. I love the development between them.
I agree.
If they decided to go there, I don't see it happening. I don't see how it can happen at this point. Yeah. But if it did happen, I wouldn't freak out.
If Emma and Regina both like ended up leaving their their guys like for real, and like, you know, Hook's gone, Robin just retreats back into the forest. I don't know where he would even go.
He'd be with Zelina.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Oh my God.
Obviously, they'd raise the baby together. It's a possibility, guys.
I would totally be okay if, you know, Emma comes over right night and she's just like, you know, this should probably be a thing. And Regina's like, okay. I'd be okay. That's probably not how it would happen.
I'd be like, wait, is this happening? But if it was written well enough and, you know,
like if they got drunk one night and just like decided to make out, I'd be like,
hey.
Okay.
When it comes down to it, like, ships are a very touchy subject. And I ship a lot of weird things, and I ship a lot of stuff that's not canon. So I do sympathize with Swan Queeners that, you know, you just want to ship, Like, you ship Emma and Regina, it's fine, and I know that you get a lot of hate, and I know you get upset when Regina and Emma aren't in scenes together, or like Hook or Robin's in the way. Like, I get it. I get it. It's just, you're just acting like a normal shipper. So let's talk about some like little ships and some crack ships. The Swanfire.
I was never crazy about Neil just because he's not what I pictured Henry's dad to be. I know that's really shallow, but initially I was just like very torn by like the fact that he just didn't look like what I thought Henry's dad would look like. But I mean, I thought like in the flashbacks, I think they're cute. I was prepared to ship it.
I think Neil's a cool person. I have nothing against him. There's nothing that he's done that makes me not like him, but it's just kind of like, stop trying to make this a thing. It's not a thing.
I feel bad for Swanfire people though, because like it does suck that your guy's dead. They do like kind of bring him up sometimes, and I'm like, you know, I don't know what you guys would prefer. Would you prefer that he never get brought up and like don't like rip open that wound, or they like bring him up like every just now and then, like really casually, like
Would you prefer that he were alive but Emma were still with Hook?
Oh. I wonder if he would end up with Zelina. She needs somebody.
That's disgusting. Neil and Zelina. Does anyone ship that? Please.
Wicked Fire?
Wicked Fire?
That's what their ship would be.
Oh my God. Zelina and Robin.
Wicked Outlaw Green.
Wicked Outlaw Green?
Well, one is called Outlaw Green and one is called Wicked Outlaw. I think that it's just a bunch of people who are bitter and hate Robin Hood and think that he's been working with Zelina the whole time, because apparently that's been a theory since forever, is that he was always working with Zelina.
Oh. Hook and Belle?
I mean, we watched the video today, and it was like, I was like, there's definitely something here.
I think they'd be great together. They can bond over being in love with the dark one.
I would ship that. I really did like your theory about how, like, you know, Belle was going to be waiting for Rumbelle to wake up, and Hook was trying to, like, figure out what he was going to do with Emma, and that they would bond over that. I was ready for that to happen.
I shipped Hook and Ariel. I don't know if Ariel's ever coming back.
I shipped Hook with Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
What happened with that? Like, that was the thing.
They were giving each other sex eyes.
They were.
And speaking of sex eyes,
yo, Lana Parrilla gives sex eyes to everyone. She looks at, like, Maleficent. Oh my god, that scene. Oh, she's like looking at her like, why? Gives Emma sex eyes at the town line. I doubt you remember that.
Oh yeah, I was a little uncomfortable by that.
Like, yo, look at her like that. Okay.
She gives sex eyes to us.
She does. She'll be looking at the camera and be like. I even saw like a GIF thing the other day of her like looking at Henry, and they were like just like sharing a moment, but like out of context, I would have thought that she wanted to bang whoever she was staring at. I think her like main way of conveying emotion is to just seduce. Jefferson, Hook, when she like has the Hook
and Regina, that could have totally been a ship.
That's what I honestly thought they were bringing Hook on to be Regina's like. You know.
I would totally ship the shit out of that. Does anyone ship Emma and Robin? Because I kind of do.
I feel like I've definitely seen Emma, Robin, like friendship, like in fan fiction and stuff, where they like get close to sort over like Regina being emotional or Regina having struggles with things. Like Emma and Robin will bond a little bit.
Captain Charming.
Yo.
Let that happen.
I like it.
Not even like bromance, like I ship it. Snow and Regina, people ship that.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who are like big Regina shippers who ship her with like Dragon Queen and like who ship her with Ruby. Ruby is a ship with
Snow
Regina.
And Ruby?
No, with I think Snow and Ruby is a ship, but Regina and Ruby is also a ship. Yeah, that's weird. That's a thing.
Never seen them together.
I don't even know. But it's
Robin and Granny?
Outlaw Granny. I definitely saw graphics for that on Twitter one day. That was funny. I liked that. Regina Spoon. She licks the spoon. See, she gives sex eyes to a spoon. Like
Captain Floor.
Boom. You know what? You could also ship Regina Floor because Regina's on the floor all the freaking time.
Rumble and Emma.
Rumble and Regina.
Oh yeah, Rumble and Regina. I ship it.
I ship Cora.
I don't ship Cora and Regina.
Cora and Rumpel. Cora and Leopold, I feel like, is a ship. I don't think anybody ships Regina with Leopold. I think everybody is pretty on board with the fact that he sucks.
Will and Zelina.
Is that a thing?
I don't know. I just thought of two people. Zelina and Charming. Someone has to ship that. Because they have moments with each other sometimes.
Yeah. Evil Charming.
Oh yeah.
Evil Charming.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot that just stems from that one time she almost tried to make out with him. She's also sassing the shit out of him every other day. I remember watching season 1 and really, like, I shipped Snowing super hard, but I was like, yeah, Regina, you make out with him. Like, you do it. Do it. I was like, Charming, just do it. Regina and Graham.
Oh, Graham, yeah.
Yeah.
Graham and Emma. I don't even remember Graham and Like, I remember him, but I don't remember if I shipped him with anyone.
That scene where he like pushes Regina up against the wall, I liked that.
I think that's it for ships.
Yeah. At least the important ones. The important quack ships.
Yeah. If you have any weird ships, please tell us.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun. So fun!
Yay! Yeah, and so for those of you who don't know, Candice here, she has Instagram, she has Twitter, and if you want to talk Outlaw Queen with her, or Regina.
I'm so ready.
She's the best person, honestly, the best person to talk to. And she's like, she knows what she's talking about. She watches the show. If she's naming episode numbers, like, I don't even do that.
I make fan videos, so that's what I do.
So you can follow her here.
Yay!
And she's going to do that cute little thing where you can click on it, because I can't do that.
Click.
Right there.
Click it. I don't know. I don't know how to do it.
Let's go. Magic. Bye, guys.
So fun. Bye.